on Sunday, September 15th, Iroquois Park will be lined with more than 250 tables for members of our community. We invite people from all over our city and all over the world to sit and eat together, to welcome each other as neighbors, to get to know each other, and then just beautiful magic takes place each and every year as people walk away with greater appreciation for all their neighbors, regardless of where they come from and what they look like, what language like. It's really kind of the magic of Louisville. And I believe that given what's happened in our country right now, a lot of tragedy with these mass shootings, there's a lot of anxiety, there's frustration, not just from the shooting, but the hate speech as well, divisive speech. We need events like this in our community. When we come together as a community, people recognize that we're one people, that we just really are all trying to move forward with our lives, love our family members, help each other out, get an education, have a good job. So to gather in a beautiful public space, one of our homestead parks like Iroquois Park, and share food and conversation like so many of us do over our dinner tables or in our breakfast tables, where we hear each other's stories, and what it does, it just reminds us of our common humanity and that we're all in this together. Now, that's kind of the social fabric aspect of it, but there's other aspects as well. We are known throughout the world now as one of the great foodie cities. So this event really amplifies that, because at the big table, you fill your plate with an incredible mix of foods from all over the world. You could have curry from India, you could have kimchi from Korea, cornbread from maybe here or just south of here, and just a lot more fun food to eat, and it's all really good. So we're adding a new feature as well this year. We're inviting participants who play musical instruments, whatever instrument they want to bring from whatever part of the world they want to bring them along for an after dinner, several jam sessions taking place after dinner. So we're going to have a dedicated area for musicians and an area for drums and singing. Now let's remember how the event started. We started this as a way to welcome immigrants to our community. We're a welcoming city. You can be a welcoming city and obey all federal laws, all state laws, obviously all local laws. That's what we do, but we still welcome people from all around the world. And we do that because unless you're a Native American, we are all immigrants at one point in time or another. Immigrants are important contributors to our community and to the entire country with their participation in filling jobs, starting companies, the culture, the heritage they bring to our community. And as it grows, we want to welcome and break bread with people from all parts of our community. So that's whether you grew up in Germany or you live in Germantown right now, come along. If you're from Pakistan or Parkland, we would like to see you at the big table. And you might be from India or Iroquois Park. That's the beauty of the big table. Everybody comes together, and there's a chair and a plate for each and every one of you. So we're proud to continue this new tradition this year. We think it's really appropriate for a welcoming city and a compassionate city like ours. And the big table is an official part of Welcoming Week, a project of the nonprofit Welcoming America that works to help cities across the country organize and promote events that celebrate immigration, inclusion, and compassion. Last year, we had about 1,500 people attend the big table. We always want to have more folks come out. This year, we're going to try to set the world record. You know, in Louisville, we like a challenge, so I say let's go for it. I think the record, Judd, is 3,500, is that right?
3,264.
Oh, okay. All we need is 3,265 people, and we will break a world record. And certainly we can do that in our welcoming and compassionate city. So you can sign up and find out more about the Big Table event. Go to their Big Table event page on Facebook. And this is a time to make great memories for you and your family, enjoy some great food, have some really good conversation and some wonderful memories as well. So please join us. There are a lot of people and groups to thank for getting this event off the ground, and we're going to hear from some of them now. First up is Judd Hendricks. He's the founder of the Global Human Project, but we've also had the pleasure of working with Judd for the last year here at Louisville Metro, helping us with our Lean Into Louisville project in a very significant way. So please welcome Judd Hendricks, the founder of the Global Human Project. Judd.
Thank you, Mayor. We want to thank all of those many groups that helped make the big table happen, and appreciative of the mayor and his leadership, and Brian Warren with the Office of Globalization. As the mayor said, this is a perfect time for us to come together as a community in the midst of the diversity and often opposition that we experience. A time where we can put all of those differences aside, important differences, so differences of opinion, difference of worldview, and we can all come together and simply get to know other fellow Louisvillians as humans. And so the big table is a chance for you to bring all of your culture, your worldview, sit at a table with people that you don't know, that are neighbors of yours, and get to know each other as fellow humans. One of the ways we do that is we play this little game with these conversation cards. So at your table, there's a card, and you draw a card. For example, you would answer, what gives you energy or joy? Or 3 people that you would like to invite to dinner. So these are simple little conversation helps that invite people to get to know each other, learn a little bit more about each other. And it's really amazing what happens when people make connections on this human level, that we, for a few moments, transcend our differences and we connect with one another. And we really believe that is a symbol for the kind of community that Louisville wants to be. The big table is not going to solve all of our problems, but it is a moment where we can come together across our differences and see each other and appreciate each other. And then we can take that feeling into other places where we may have difference and disagreements, but we've first seen each other as fellow humans and Louisvillians. One of the things that we're going to be launching new this year at the big table is a new program called Civic Dinners, where we're going to be inviting people to sign up to have dinners in homes and restaurants around a variety of topics. So when you come to the big table, we're going to introduce the Civic Dinners platform, which is an online platform where we can host a variety of conversations around different topics and bringing people together. So we'll be launching that also at the big table this year. Thanks, and hope will come. And if you can't make it, we challenge you to sign up for a Civic Dinners conversation that will be happening in October and November. And we encourage you to make all of your tables big tables. Thanks.
Thanks, Judd, for helping us launch this project a couple of years ago. Let's hear what it's like to be a big table attendee. And Victory Oseswa is here. She's a native of Nigeria, and we're fortunate enough now to have her in our city. So, Victory, why don't you share your story with us? Come on up here.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Brian Warren from the Office of Globalization, and thank you, everyone, for inviting me. My name is Victory Oseswa. I was born in Nigeria, and I've been in Louisville for a couple of years now. My first time in the big table event was 2017, and it just brought me a lot of joy to watch my mother share recipes with people and everyone there, from recipes that she has learned from her mother, and her mother has learned from her own mother. So these recipes have been passed down through generation, and got me so excited that this is great. And over the years, we would come by and also share the same recipe with people. So I just think like Louisville is a melting pot for everybody, from different cultures, different countries, different history, different backgrounds, just come together and share our stories, happy stories, joyful stories, any kind of stories that we have, we share it. And sometimes we're talking from food stories, and it got into talking about family stories, and it was just great to share that experience with everyone. And then as a doctoral student in School of Public Health, I know that healthy eating is very important for everyone. So it's always great to share recipes that can be healthy and also very yummalicious, that's a word, to everyone. So that's one thing that the big table has really helped all through this year. So this is an invitation for everyone to come. You would have a great experience. So see you then. Thank you.
All right, you heard it here first. Yummalicious. All right, you'll get that at the big table. Speaking of Yummalicious, Council Member Mark Fox is here. He'll be hosting us during the big table, so let's hear from the councilman. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. I have the great honor of representing South Louisville. And I got to thinking when I was at the big table last year, throughout human history, people have gathered around food, and they've left with a better understanding. They've left with a common purpose. They've left with friendships, and they've left with something to carry forward. And I believe Louisville's in a position where we need that right now. This event's being held in the exact right spot because very soon, as a matter of fact, later this week, we're going to be opening the first restaurant in the Colonial Gardens complex. If you go on down that corridor, you get into the Fairdale Green Space, where the world's best barbecue is housed. We've got a lot of activity going on there, but Iroquois Park is kind of the hub of the wheel, if you will. And a lot of great things are spinning out of that wheel. And come see us at the big table, see what big things spin out of that, and take a look around South Louisville, and you'll see why we love it with the level of passion and commitment that we do. I look forward to seeing you there, and thank you all for coming.
All right, yeah, if you have not been to Iroquois Park before, it's one of the great homestead parks, I'd say, in the world. And it's just such variety of views that you have at the Homestead Park, including one of the best views of the entire city. So be sure to come to Iroquois Park and check out the broader park in addition to the big table. Co-founder of the big table, Kathy Berkey, we're in year three. Each year continues to build on itself, and this has been a project that has really been embraced by the community. So Kathy, I want to thank you for helping Judd and the rest of the team pull all this together. So please welcome Kathy Berkey.
Imagine the road behind the amphitheater at Iroquois Park filled with 2,000 people, gathered around tables of 8, eating and getting to know one another. That's what you will expect at the big table. As you arrive, you'll be greeted by volunteers who will help orient you, and there will be 250 tables, each with a volunteer table host that will help you find a seat with people that you don't know yet. Tables will be arranged in groups of 4, and there will be a food table in the middle of each group. We will provide the plates, utensils, napkins, tables, and chairs. You just need to bring a dish. Your dish can be food, dessert, non-alcoholic drinks, fruit. Please check our website, thebigtable502.com, for other details about what you should bring, including serving utensils. There's no central stage or entertainment schedule at this event. The magic of it is what happens at the table. You are the event. It's very much created by the participants, and so every year is a new table and it's a new adventure. It's not intimidating, though. We've created story cards to make it fun and to get to know each other on a meaningful level. One of my favorite questions is, tell me about a time when you made your parents proud. And also, what's your favorite place in Louisville? Our planning team has been working very hard to spread the word about the big table. We contact civic groups and organizations all across the city. We're constantly asking ourselves, who else? Who else could come? And we can't ask that question enough, because the purpose of this event is truly to create a space for all members of our community to connect with one another. At the big table, you can expect to meet someone that you wouldn't normally meet, or even if you did, you might not stop and have time to talk. So this is a space to not only meet someone, but to gain perspective about what it's like to be in their shoes. There's so many things that divide us: politics, religion, socioeconomics, even simple geographic differences. And the polarization of our society can leave us feeling unsure about what to do about it. We want to provide an opportunity for people to feel empowered to strengthen our community. That's what you can do. The aim of the big table is to create spaces to connect even with our differences. Our vision is one where we can encounter one another with our differences and yet still build our society together. That's a healthy community. We're setting the table for everyone to come. We each bring something unique, and we all belong. We invite you to join us for the big table.
All right, Kathy, thank you, and good job. I love our differences as a community, and it's a really wonderful time when we can get together and experience those together. We all leave, I think, with big smiles and joy in our hearts, and so come out and experience the big table, and you too will share that feeling, and you'll contribute to that feeling. So with that, if there's any questions about the big table, we will take those now. Okay, thank the media for coming out and covering this event, and we'll see you at the big table. Thanks, everybody.